Okay, today we'll be talking about immigration reform. I want to talk to y'all about the Immigration Reform Act that Trump has passed and other presidents in the history of the United States have tried to pass. Um, Basically, what it is stating is that we are banning immigration from opposite countries for specific reasons. So, in today's slide, in today's speech, I will be covering the history of immigration, the problems of immigration, and hopefully that will persuade y'all to declare Trump's ideas on immigration to be correct. So, according to History.com, immigration founded the United States. Yes, I do believe that, but the reasons we founded the United States was religious purposes in 1600 and greater economic opportunities in the 1800s, late 1800s. So, that being said, immigration had to happen. It wasn't just we're trying to get away from war, it's because it had to happen in order to build our country. Slavery was another reason. That's immigration without any consent because the slaves did not have consent. But in 1882, we passed a Chinese Exclusion Act, which stated that we were banning the immigration of the Chinese due to the world wars. We were at constant threat with them, so um, we had no way of telling who was true and who was not. Um, Individual states back then regulated the immigration until 1892. The new law in 1965 ended that quota system. So, with that being said, we're going to go on to the problem of immigration. According to Ferris.org, many problems of immigration are illegal immigration is actually a crime. If people may not know that, but say people are coming over from Mexico and stuff, that is a crime. They are not United States citizen at all. And it's not victimless. You are punishable for immigration. Another problem of immigration is it deters our population growth. With that being said, it is growing our population, but it is not allowing correct populous censuses to be done, and it's growing our population at a such high rate that it's getting out of control. It also undermines national security. With that being said, is we do not know who is legal and who is not because they're just flying by national security. We're not having any consent over if they're coming or if they're not. The dangers of immigration. Terrorism. Terrorism is a huge, huge, huge factor. 9/11, Boston bombing, Oklahoma City bombing. We are at constant war with other countries. Why would we allow any type of immigrant from that war country or of the cultural background to come into the United States? Tell me that. Would you allow your neighbor to be part of the Taliban? Of course not. I know you wouldn't. So why would we, the United States, allow Taliban or Taliban culture into our country, which causes constant terror to the United States citizens? Illegal immigration also takes jobs away from the United States citizens. It messes up the population census, like I said. War refugees, like I was saying, their mindsets are all the same. thoughts will never change. It could just be a Taliban leader, member, or even person that wants to be in the Taliban coming into the United States as an immigrant and terrorizing the United States because we are at war with them. That causes constant fear in the United States citizens. One man once told me that he was stationed overseas in Iraq. He had to live in constant fear of going outside of his shelter alone. If any soldier would walk outside of their barracks alone, the town people, not even Taliban members, town people would terrorize the soldier. They would torture them. They would probably cut their head off and video it all, setting an example to the United States. So tell me, why would you allow any member of that country into our country, the United States? Tell me that. There's no reasonable explanation for us to allow any type of immigration within war. If our soldiers have to live in constant threat over there just by townspeople, imagine what they would do in our country. They're doing that in their own country. Imagine what they could do in our country. They could terrorize the United States so bad that we would start civil wars, world wars within. It's not good. So, how we can end immigration? Just passing these legislations saying that any war refugees are not allowed, any illegal is not allowed. Honestly, we gotta kick it out. We gotta kick them out. But if we ended immigration, population census would start being correct again. The United States citizens would not have to live in any worry, less terrorism, and we wouldn't have any freeloaders. Nobody would just be living in the United States because they want to live there without citizenship. Sure, come to the United States as a citizen, but if you're at war with us, no way. The biggest factor is because of the safety of the United States. There would be less domestic terror. There would be less stress about who we live with, less thought of an internal civil war with different cultures. The country would be united culturally, and we'd become a simpler country. So that is my persuasive speech over immigration reform, and I hope that all of y'all have changed your ideas on immigration due to this. Thank you.